welcome to Sathi IS. I hope you are doing well and you have seen all the previous videos in our mapping series. Previously, we have already covered the continents of Europe, Africa, as well as Oceania. The next continent that we will be covering is that of North America. See, the beautiful part about the continents of North America, just like Oceania, is that most of the physical features they are restricted to 2 or 3 countries. That's it. बाकी अगर आप देखो यूरोप में या अफ्रीका में जो फिजिकल फीचर्स हैं दे आर यू नो बहुत सारी कंट्रीज को वो कवर कर रहे हैं क्योंकि कंट्रीज छोटी छोटी हैं तो रिमेंबर करने में थोड़ी डिफिकल्टी होती है. दैट इज नॉट द केस इन केस ऑफ ओशेनिया क्योंकि ओशेनिया में तो सारी कंट्रीज एक दूसरे से फिजिकली सेपरेटेड थी बाय द प्रेजेंस ऑफ वाटर. एंड ओवर हियर द बेस्ट पार्ट इज कि ऑल द कंट्रीज दे आर क्वाइट बिग. एटलीस्ट जहाँ मेजर पार्ट ऑफ लैंड है वहाँ पे कंट्रीज बड़ी बड़ी हैं. जहाँ छोटी छोटी कंट्रीज हैं वहाँ पे इतने कोई मेजर फिजिकल फीचर्स नहीं एग्जिस्ट करते हैं. सो इट विल बी वेरी इजी फॉर यू. इट विल बी लाइक अ केक वॉक टू रिमेंबर द कंट्रीज एंड द फिजिकल फीचर्स एसोसिएटेड विद दोस कंट्रीज. ठीक है. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ नॉर्थ अमेरिका. This is the political map of North America. Many people they consider only that कि बस Canada, USA as well as Mexico are the parts of North America, but that's incorrect. ये जो सारी countries आती हैं जिनको हम Central American countries कहते हैं, geologically these are also the part of North America. So North America में north से अगर हम start करें, we have this is USA, Alaska, state of Alaska. Then we have Canada, again USA, the rest of USA, mainland USA. Apart from that, एक state है USA का जो Pacific में यहाँ पे है, that is the state of Hawaii. Then to the south of it, यहाँ पे Rio Grande River है that separates North America from Mexico. We have Mexico and we have the Central American countries. Then here in the Caribbean Sea, we have the lesser Antilles and the greater Antilles. ये Caribbean countries कहलाती हैं जैसे West Indies, Dominican Republic and so on. ये भी technically इसका ही part consider किया जाता है ना. But यहाँ पे except volcanoes कोई और बहुत ज़्यादा major features नहीं है. Fine. Physical map हम देखते हैं. जो North American plate है, it is converging with the Pacific Ocean plate. And Pacific Ocean plate subduct कर रही है under the North American plate, right? The Pacific Ring of Fire, you might remember that geomorphology से. Because of that, यहाँ पे अगर आप देखो in this part of North America, there is presence of many mountain ranges. Just like Himalayas has multiple mountain ranges. हमारा Trans-Himalayas हैं, then we have Himadris, we have Himachals, we have Shivaliks. Similarly, यहाँ पे भी multiple layers में mountain ranges exist करते हैं. We have the Rockies, we have the Cascade Range, we have the Coast Range. सबके बारे में हम देखेंगे. So mountains they make up a major feature of North America. And these mountains, of course, because convergence की वजह से बन रहे हैं, these are what? These are fold mountains. Now North America, कुछ features इस continent के बारे में अगर हम देखें, this continent is completely situated in northern hemisphere, just like Europe. It is completely situated in northern hemisphere. It is connected to South America via an isthmus. Isthmus, I'll repeat क्या होता है. Isthmus is a narrow stretch of land. A narrow stretch of land which is connecting two bigger pieces of land. और इसका ही water counterpart होता है strait. जो strait होता है, it is a narrow stretch of water that is connecting two bigger stretches of water. If you remember, Mediterranean Sea और Atlantic Ocean के बीच में एक strait था. अगर उसका नाम याद हो comment box में आप डालना, which was connecting the big water body that is an ocean, Atlantic Ocean, with another decently sized water body that is Mediterranean Sea. Isthmus यहाँ पे है आपका Panama Isthmus. So Panama Isthmus जो है a narrow stretch of land. If you see over here, this is a very narrow stretch of land compared to the size of North America as well as the size of South America. So this narrow stretch of land that is connecting two bigger lands is known as the isthmus. And इसी isthmus पे बना है the Panama Canal. A very important project for USA because it has helped USA connect its eastern and the western coasts. अदरवाइज ईस्टर्न और वेस्टर्न कोस्ट जो यूएसए के हैं वो कनेक्टेड नहीं थे, है ना. कैसे ही शिप्स यहाँ पे लैंड था, कैसे ही शिप्स जाते हैं इधर से इधर. They would have to circumnavigate South America or go through that Arctic Ocean route, which was a very treacherous route and which was not available throughout the year. Arctic Ocean जो है usually winters में it gets frozen up. अब climate change से चीजें बदल रही हैं, but many parts of Arctic Ocean it is frozen throughout the year. So that's why United States, they had to create a coup in Costa Rica, get it divided into Costa Rica and the country of Panama, and then create the Panama Canal. World history में आप ये सब पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है? So this is the Isthmus of Panama that is connecting North America as well as South America, and it is separated from Asia by a strait. So straits जो होते हैं, straits, these are, as I stated, narrow water channels connecting two bigger channels, water bodies, and separating two land masses. जैसे पनामा कैनाल है, it is connecting the bigger lands and separating the Pacific and the Caribbean Sea. Similarly, the Bering Strait over here, this is Bering Strait. It is connecting the Arctic Ocean with the Bering Sea, which is a an ocean, a part of an extension of Pacific Ocean, and it is separating Asia from North America. World history again, अगर आपने already पढ़ा हुआ है, you might remember कि Alaska was a territory of Russia. USA ने उसको purchase किया था रशिया से. So रशिया से बहुत पास में है Alaska. This is Russia. This landmass that you see over here, this is Russia, and it is getting separated from North America, that is Alaska, by this strait known as the Bering Strait. Now, because the Pacific Ocean, it is subducting, the plates, they are moving together, it is very much possible that in a few million years, these land masses, they might collide with each other, the Bering Strait might close down. So that is definitely a possibility that will definitely in fact happen in the future. Next, जो Greenland है, Greenland here. Now Greenland is a territory of Denmark, है ना? Territory है डेनमार्क का, but geologically speaking, it is a part of the North American continent. So Greenland and Central America, geologically speaking, they are the part of North American continent. That's why इसको हम यहीं पे include करते हैं, ठीक है? अभी recently जो डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प है, the president elect of USA, he had stated कि हम ग्रीनलैंड भी ले लेंगे, हम कनाडा को 51st state बना लेंगे, हम पनामा को भी acquire कर लेंगे, but of course diplomatically speaking ये सब possible नहीं हो पाएगा. चलिए, let's come to the most prominent feature of North America, that is its mountain ranges. First, the fold mountains. ये जो fold mountains हैं, जैसे हमारे यहाँ जो fold mountains हैं, northern fold mountains, उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Himalayan ranges, है ना? इनको कहते हैं Western Cordilleras. Now Himalayan ranges में भी different mountain ranges exist करते हैं. We have Trans Himalayas, जिसमें है काराकोरम, जस्कर, लद्दाख. Then we have the Himadri, Himachal and Shivaliks. यहाँ पे भी Western Cordilleras, which are of course young fold mountains, यहाँ पे भी multiple ranges exist करती हैं, ठीक है? The countries through which they go through are Canada, USA as well as Mexico, ठीक है? Canada से लेके जो northern part है, in fact Alaska, फिर Canada, फिर USA, and then they extend into Mexico. Major ranges which are a part of the Western Cordilleras, we have the Alaska range. Alaska range, which is situated in Alaska, of course नाम में ही है. And यहाँ पे जो North America का highest peak है, that is Mount McKinley. किनली बॉटल से पानी पिया होगा, किनली बिस्लरी, वैसे ही किनली भी होता है, वैसे ही Mount McKinley. It is situated in the state of Alaska, which is a part of USA. Then we have the Canadian Rockies, जो Rocky Mountains हैं. Rocky Mountains are the most prominent part of the Western Cordilleras. And Rockies, they extend from Canada and into USA as well. So Canadian part जो है Rockies का, उसको हम कहते हैं Canadian Rockies, and then we have the simple Rocky Mountains. Then we have the Sierra Nevada. Sierra Nevada, it is situated in this region, around the Nevada state. You can see it over here. It's mentioned here. This is Sierra Nevada. Then we have the Cascades and the Coast Range. Cascade Range. This is the Cascade Range. It's situated over here. And here at the coastal location, we have the coast ranges. So you'll see coast ranges, they extend from here till here and over here as well. So these are all different ranges of the Western Cordilleras. Confuse नहीं होना है, Western Cordilleras को कई बार students they confuse with the Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountains are a part of the Western Cordilleras. Cordilleras are basically multiple chains. Literal उसका translation देखें तो multiple chains of mountains. So Western Cordilleras यानी multiple chains of mountains are existing. And उनके different parts हैं Rockies, then Cascade, then Coast, then Sierra Nevada, and so on. Fine. These are 170 to 40 million years old. So यहाँ पे जो Rockies हैं, these are the oldest. Then as we move from here to here towards the Pacific, the age it keeps on reducing. Just like in Himalayas, Karakoram are the oldest, Shivaliks are the newest. Similarly, जैसे जैसे आप एक्टिव प्लेट जो बाउंड्री है उसके पास आओगे, यू रियलाइज कि यहाँ के जो माउंटेन्स हैं सबसे यंग हैं. जो ऑफ कोर्स एक्टिव प्लेट बाउंड्री पे हैं वो तो यंगेस्ट होंगे ही, राइट. सो दीज आर द वेस्टर्न कॉर्डिलेरास. अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट माउंटेन रेंज of United States of America is the Appalachian Mountains, completely situated within USA. Now these are old fold mountains. These are old fold mountains and they were created during the same time as the Scandinavian mountains. अगर आपने पढ़ा है continental drift theory, paleomagnetism, तो you might remember कि paleomagnetism it gave a proof of continental drift via the study of Appalachian Mountains and Scandinavian Mountains, which are also known as Jolin Mountains, K-J-O-L-L-E-N, Jolin Mountains. These mountains, they were created at the similar latitudinal location as well as during the similar age. And that gave a proof कि पहले कभी North America and Europe, they might have been together, Laurasia, right? So these are the Appalachian Mountains over here. So Western Cordilleras on the western coast of USA, western side of the western coastal side, and these are on the eastern side of USA. Now Appalachians जो हैं, these are a very important source of minerals. बहुत सारे minerals मिलते हैं यहाँ पे. Now USA is one of the biggest producers of anthracite coal, the best quality coal of the world. So anthracite coal usually gets created because of metamorphism. Metamorphosis होता है, तब जो हमारा normal coal होता है, it gets converted into anthracite. And this is usually seen in fold mountains. So ये हैं fold mountains. So old fold mountains of Appalachians, they are a very rich source of anthracite which supports the thriving manufacturing industry and the power centers of USA. So ये hills जो हैं, because these are old mountains, that's why of course they have been extremely eroded. अब थोड़ा low lying है, Rockies से बहुत कम है इनकी height. These are low lying, these are eroded, and of course they are rich in minerals and coal. So these are the Appalachian Mountains. Next we have some smaller ranges. We have the Brooks Range, another old fold mountain. It is situated completely in the state of Alaska and also within the Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north. So this is the line. You will see this dotted line. This is the Arctic Circle. So Brooks Range lies completely within the Arctic Circle and completely within the state of Alaska. Next, some of the mountain ranges which are, technically extensions of the Western Cordilleras. We have Sierra Madre Occidental, Sierra Madre Oriental, and Sierra Madre del Sur. These are all young fold mountains. Sierra Madre Occidental also has certain volcanic activity. These are all situated within Mexico. This is Mexico. Here we have Sierra Madre Oriental East, Sierra Madre Occidental West. Oriental culture किसे हम कहते हैं? चाइना हो गया, इंडिया हो गया, इनको ओरिएंटल कल्चर्स क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि वेस्ट के कंपैरिजन में जो वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज हैं, यूरोपियन कंट्रीज हैं, उनके कंपैरिजन में वो ईस्टर्न साइड में है, इसलिए उसे हम ओरिएंटल कल्चर कहते हैं. सो सिमिलरली वैसे याद करना, जो सियरा माद्रे ओरिएंटल है ईस्टर्न साइड में है, एंड सियरा माद्रे ऑक्सीडेंटल इज ऑन द वेस्टर्न साइड. एंड टू द साउथ we have Sierra Madre del Sur. So these are another 3 young fold mountains that are created because of the convergence of North American as well as the Pacific Ocean plates. ठीक है, जो सियरा माद्रे ऑक्सीडेंटल है, अब यहाँ पे देखो, ये है एक्टिव बाउंड्री, this is the active boundary, this is where Pacific it is subducting under USA, the border, the western coast of North America. So here Pacific is subducting, and जहाँ पे Pacific subduct करेगा, जहाँ पे भी subduction होता है, वहाँ पे volcanic activity होती है. So that's why Sierra Madre Occidental, that is the western part, the western range, it will be volcanic as well. So that's why this is volcanic, these are not volcanic. Okay. Next, some important volcanoes. I'm stating the names. Only a few are important. Rest I've just mentioned in case there is any eruption regarding any of these mountains, then you can just, come back to the PPT, come back to the video and take a look at it. First, we have Mount St. Helens, which is situated in the Washington state. So Washington DC is District Columbia. It is on the eastern coast of USA, and Washington state is on the western coast at the border between I'm saying India and China, between Canada and USA. Okay, 49 degree north जो latitude है. Now ये है एक stratovolcano, a composite type of volcano, and it is active. It is one of the most active volcanoes of United States of America. Fine. 1980 में it had one of the worst eruptions which caused a lot of death and destruction. Next, we have the Yellowstone caldera. Now, Yellowstone National Park, it is situated over here. आपने already पढ़ा होगा about something known as geysers. Almost 90% of the world's geysers, they are concentrated in 3 countries. 1, New Zealand, 2nd, Iceland, and 3rd, USA. And within USA, the concentration is in the Yellowstone National Park. So Yellowstone National Park has a lot of such geothermal activity, and वहाँ से geothermal power extraction के लिए भी works चल रहे हैं. It is a hotspot super volcano. It is situated over a hotspot, and it is a super volcano. There are predictions कि येलोस्टोन जो नेशनल पार्क है, ये जो येलोस्टोन कैल्डेरा, किसी दिन अगर this erupts, the eruption will be extremely massive and it can create repercussions for many years to come. So it is a super volcano. It is not a normal volcano. It is a super volcano situated over a hotspot. As of now, वहाँ पे geyser और hot spring activity ही चल रही है. कोई lava eruptions नहीं हुए हैं. But there is a prediction that in the future lava eruptions might happen. ठीक है? Lava eruptions बहुत easily, it is difficult to predict these eruptions as well. ठीक है? So it is dormant, currently in dormant stage. यहाँ पे geothermal activity चल रही है काफी ज़्यादा. So it has potential for catastrophic eruptions, and that's why constantly जो US का geological survey है USGS, इसका constant monitoring करता रहता है ताकि accordingly लोगों को warn किया जा सके. Then we have the Iztaccíhuatl. Iztaccíhuatl जो है volcano, It is situated in Mexico. It is a dormant volcano, a stratovolcano, that means composite. Stratovolcanoes जो होते हैं, composite volcanoes, and composite volcanoes are, they release acidic lava. On the other hand, जो hotspot related volcanoes होते हैं, they always release basic lava. अगर आप फाउंडेशन के स्टूडेंट हो, आई हैव ऑलरेडी क्लैरिफाइड व्हाई दिस हैपेंस, अदरवाइज यू माइट हैव रेड अबाउट इट कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, राइट? सो दिस इज अ डोरमेंट वोल्केनो. इसका शेप इट लुक्स लाइक अ स्लीपिंग वुमन, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट वी हैव कोलेमा वोल्केनो, आल्सो नोन एज द वोल्कान दे फुएगो. ये भी मेक्सिको में सिचुएटेड है, अगेन अ स्ट्राटोवोल्केनो, एंड इट इज एक्टिव. It is an active volcano. In fact, it is one of the most active volcano in the world. कहाँ पे situated होगा ये? Sierra de Occidental में situated होगा, ठीक है. Let's come to the next set of volcanoes. We have Mauna Loa. Mauna Loa हवाई में volcano है, shield volcano, Hawaiian type. Volcanoes के types पढ़े होंगे, Icelandic, Hawaiian, then we have Vulcanian, Pelian, and so on, right? So this is a Hawaiian type of volcano. Hawaiian volcano में भी क्या निकलता है? Basic lava निकलता है. Now Hawaii, it is also situated above a hotspot. Hotspot से basic lava ही निकलता है, right? So this is a shield volcano, a Hawaiian type of volcano. It is an active volcano and the largest volcano on the earth. It is the largest volcano in the earth right now. हो सकता है इसका record Yellowstone तोड़ दे in the, you know, the next few decades or so. Apart from that, in Hawaii itself, we have Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is a dormant volcano. Most probably हॉटस्पॉट से इसका कनेक्शन टूट चुका है, मैग्मा चेंबर से इसका कनेक्शन टूट चुका है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नॉट इरप्टिंग एनीमोर. अगर हम ओशन फ्लोर से लेके हाइट नापें, ओशन फ्लोर से लेके ओशन जो सरफेस है वहां तक की हाइट नापें, दिस इज द टॉलेस्ट माउंटेन इन द वर्ल्ड, टॉलर देन माउंट एवरेस्ट. But then because above the ocean surface इसकी height बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, that's why it's not considered as the tallest. Tallest अगर हम sea level से ऊपर जाएं तो of course it's Mount Everest. But अगर हम Pacific Ocean के base से ऊपर तक करें, this is the tallest mountain in the world. Next we have Kilauea, which is again is in Hawaii. It is active. Hawaii में जितने भी volcanoes होंगे, because it is related to hotspot activity, they will be shield volcanoes. है ना, shield volcanoes which erupt the basic magma. Then we have many volcanoes in the Aleutian Islands. We have the Aleutian volcanoes. अब Aleutian volcanoes क्या है? Aleutian Islands कहाँ है? ये आपका इधर पे है बेरिंग स्ट्रेट, ये यूएसए, ये नॉर्थ अमेरिका है, यहाँ पे है आपका बेरिंग स्ट्रेट, एंड यहाँ पे देयर इज अ चेन ऑफ आइलैंड्स known as the Aleutian Islands. I'll show you in the map abhi. These are the Aleutian Island volcanoes, है ना? Mostly stratovolcanoes हैं यहाँ पे. Again, जो converging boundaries होती हैं, वहाँ पे acidic magma release होता है, and acidic magma it creates the stratovolcanoes. On the other hand, जो हमारी diverging borders होते हैं, diverging plate boundaries या फिर हमारे जो hotspots होते हैं, they release basic magma. And उस basic magma से या तो हमारे shield volcanoes बनते हैं या हमारे lava plateaus बनते हैं. Okay, I hope this is clarified. ये आपने geography में already पढ़ा होगा. Some of them are active, some of them are dominant. ठीक है. Next, we have Sophia Hills. These are located again in Montserrat in Caribbean Islands. It is a stratovolcano which is active. 1995 में यहाँ पे इस वोल्केनो का इरप्शन हुआ था, जिसकी वजह से यहाँ की जो कैपिटल सिटी है, मोंटेसेरात की कैपिटल सिटी प्लायमाउथ, इट वाज कंप्लीटली बेरिड under the lava flows and under the pyroclastic ash and material. Then we have the La Grande Sofere. It again is a stratovolcano, but it is quite dormant. Lesser Antilles जो Caribbean Islands हैं, Lesser Antilles की अगर हम बात करें, वहाँ पे highest peak है La Grande Sofere. Then we have the Mount Pelee. Pilean type of volcanic eruption पढ़ा होगा आपने. Second to the worst है Plinian. We have Icelandic, Hawaiian, Strombolian, Vulcanian, Pelian, and Plinian. These are the 6 types of volcanic eruptions that we have. Intensity, it keeps on increasing. Icelandic type, it is just creating lava plateaus, and Plinian types are the most explosive. उसके just पहले है Pelian type. So Pelian type का जो नाम है, it came from Mount Pelee. So Mount Pelee जो है, it is again in Caribbean, and 1902 में one of the deadliest volcanic eruptions हुआ था of the 20th century. 20th century आई और deadliest volcanic eruption 1902 में ही हो गया. And it led to death of 30,000 people. है ना? So city of Saint Pierre थी, वो completely eliminate हो गई, completely खत्म हो गई because of this volcanic eruption. One of the worst, in fact, in the history as well. Next, we have Volcan de Fuego in Guatemala. These are just very, not very important names, but अगर इनमें कोई activity होती है तो आके नाम देख लेना. We have Volcan de Fuego. It has many frequent eruptions. Then we have Tajumulco, highest peak है Central America की. That's why this becomes important. Then we have San Cristobal, which is in Nicaragua. Tallest volcano Nicaragua का है. Not very important. We have Izalco, El Salvador में. लाइट हाउस ऑफ द पैसिफिक इसको कहते हैं बिकॉज वेरी फ्रीक्वेंटली यहाँ पे इरप्शंस होते रहते हैं, है ना. यूपीएससी यूजुअली नहीं पूछता है ऐसे, बट स्टेट पीसीएस में आ सकता है. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नोन एज विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग वोल्केनोज इज नोन एज द लाइट हाउस ऑफ पैसिफिक, है ना. These are some of the important ones. We have Kilauea in Hawaii, Mauna Loa again Hawaii, St. Helens यहाँ पे है आपका. Then here also if you see Mexico में भी some of the important volcanoes, यहाँ पे काफी volcanic activity होती है. This entire coast, because यहाँ पे subduction हो रहा है, this entire coast is known for again volcanic activities in Central America. And यहाँ पे this is Pelee, Mount Pelee in Martinique. Mount Pelee जहाँ पे one of the deadliest eruptions of 20th century took place. ठीक है, मार्किंग के लिए नहीं आएंगे क्वेश्चंस, तो एग्जैक्ट लोकेशन याद करना जरूरी नहीं कि मैप पे एग्जैक्टली कहाँ पे है, बस एक आइडिया रहे कि किस कंट्री में है, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ, या किस कॉन्टिनेंट में है, दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. Next, let's talk about some of the important plateaus of North America. First पे we have the Colorado Plateau. Colorado Plateau, it is an intermontane plateau. Colorado Plateau के इस side we have the Rockies, यहाँ पे we have the Cascade and the Coast Ranges. Just like the Tibetan Plateau is considered, Ladakh Plateau is considered as intermontane plateaus, उसी तरह intermontane मतलब mountains के बीच में, inter मतलब in the middle, montane means mountains. So here we have the Colorado Plateau. कौन से states में है not important, बस country याद रखो USA में है. Grand Canyon, one of the the biggest canyons of the world, created by the Colorado River. It is situated in the Colorado Plateau. Now of course यहाँ पे कैनियन है, इतना बड़ा कैनियन है, ब्लडलैंड्स हैं, कैनियन है, so that means it is highly dissected by the Colorado River as well. So here lies the Colorado Plateau. Next we have the Columbia Plateau. Over here again an intermontane plateau, both Colorado and Columbia, these are intermontane plateaus. यहाँ पे you have the coast ranges, यहाँ पे you have the Rockies. यहाँ पे है आपका Colorado Plateau, here you have the Cascade Ranges. ठीक है. कोलंबिया प्लाट्यू वोल्केनिक प्लाट्यू है, वोल्केनिक एक्टिविटी की वजह से बना है, बिटवीन द माउंटेन्स है, तो इंटर माउंटेन्स इसका सिचुएशन है. यहाँ पे एक रिवर है, इंपॉर्टेंट रिवर ऑफ यूएसए, नोन एज द स्नेक रिवर. स्नेक की तरह मूव करता हुआ है, काफी मियांडरिंग रिवर है. सो स्नेक रिवर की वैली यहाँ पे एग्जिस्ट करती है ना. सो स्नेक रिवर इट डाइसेक्ट्स द प्लाट्यू एंड मूव्स थ्रू इट. ऑफ कोर्स यूएसए में है. नेक्स्ट वी हैव द ओजार्क प्लाट्यू. दीज आर आल्सो नोन एज द ओजार्क हाईलैंड्स. लोकली इनको माउंटेन्स कहा जाता है, बट टेक्निकली ये प्लाट्यूज है. सो ओजार्क प्लाट्यू जो है यूएस में है, एंड वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट अबाउट ओजार्क प्लाट्यू इज दैट यहाँ पे कास्ट टोपोग्राफी है. These plateaus, these are made up of a lot of limestone, dolomite deposits. And जहाँ पे भी बहुत सारे thick seams of limestone, dolomite रहेंगे, वहाँ पे easily water related erosion होगा. अंडरग्राउंड वाटर, सरफेस वाटर दोनों इरोजन करेंगे, एंड वहां पे कास्ट टोपोग्राफी क्रिएट होगी. सो यहाँ पे कास्ट टोपोग्राफी इट इज वेरी बहुत फ्रीक्वेंटली दिखता है. इंडिया में भी एक जगह है, कैन यू गेस दैट, जहाँ पे कास्ट टोपोग्राफी काफी फ्रीक्वेंटली कास्ट टोपोग्राफी इज वेरी मच प्रेजेंट. इफ यू कैन गेस इट, जस्ट लेट मी नो इन द कमेंट्स. Then we have the Piedmont Plateau. Piedmont का मतलब क्या होता है? At the foot of the hills. Foothills, Piedmont. So Piedmont Plateau, foothill plateau. किन hills के foot पे है? Appalachians के. So this plateau it is present at the base of the Appalachian Mountains. यहाँ पे आपके Appalachians हैं. Appalachians के base पे exist करते हैं ये हमारे Piedmont Plateau. So it is highly eroded. जो हमारे ओल्ड फोल्ड माउंटेन्स थे उनका बहुत ज्यादा इरोजन हुआ, जो पीक्स थे वो फ्लैट हो गए, तो यहाँ पे एक प्लेट्यू क्रिएट हो गया. सो इट इज एन इरोजनल प्लेट्यू. जो माउंटेन था इरोड हुआ उसका टॉप, एंड वो अब एक प्लेट्यू में कन्वर्ट हो गया. सो पीडमॉन्ट प्लेट्यू इज एन इरोजनल प्लेट्यू एट द बेस ऑफ द एपेलेशियन माउंटेन्स. पीडमॉन्ट का मतलब माउंटेन के बेस पे. इरोजनल प्लेट्यू है तो ऑफ कोर्स जो हमारा वेस्टर्न कोस्ट है नॉर्थ अमेरिका का, वहां तो होगा नहीं. ओल्ड फोल्ड माउंटेन्स के साथ एसोसिएट होगा. ओल्ड फोल्ड माउंटेन्स कौन से हैं यहाँ पे? एपलेशियन माउंटेन्स. सो पीडमॉन्ट प्लेट्यू एपलेशियन माउंटेन्स के आसपास कहीं पे है. बस इतना याद रख लेना, मोर देन इनफ. Then we have the Laurentian Plateau or the Canadian Shield. अब लॉरेशियन प्लेट्यू, अगर ये नॉर्थ अमेरिका की क्लास नहीं होती, बस आपसे मैं बोलती कि बताओ कि लॉरेशियन प्लेट्यू कहाँ है, तो आप कैसे इसको एसोसिएट करते? जब पैंजिया डिवाइड हुआ इनटू सदर्न पार्ट दैट इज द गोंडवाना लैंड एंड द नॉर्दर्न पार्ट, उसका नाम क्या था? लॉरेशिया, अंगारा लैंड या फिर लॉरेशिया. सो लॉरेशियन प्लेट्यू जो नॉर्दर्न पार्ट था वहीं पे कहीं होगा. अब नॉर्दर्न पार्ट से कौन कौन से कॉन्टिनेंट्स निकले? We have Eurasia, we have North America. So या तो नॉर्थ अमेरिका में होगा या यूरोप एशिया में होगा. ठीक है, ये कहाँ पे है? इट इज इन कनाडा. इसका ऑल्टरनेट नाम क्या है? कैनेडियन शील्ड. शील्ड मैंने आपको प्रीवियस सेशन में बताया हुआ है. शील्ड का मतलब जो बहुत ज्यादा इरोडेड लैंड हो गए थे, जो अब बस प्लेट्यू फॉर्म में बचे हुए हैं, बहुत एक्सट्रीमली इरोडेड लैंड्स, बहुत पुराने लैंड्स हैं, बिलियंस ऑफ इयर्स ओल्ड लैंड्स, जो बहुत ज्यादा हेविली इरोड हो गए हैं, एंड वहां पे अब बहुत सारे मिनरल्स, मेटलिक मिनरल्स स्पेशली मिलते हैं. उनको हम कहते हैं शील्ड्स, या फिर दूसरा नाम है उनका क्रेटन्स. सो जो लॉरेशियन प्लेट्यू है, जिसको हम कैनेडियन शील्ड भी कहते हैं, कनाडा में है. It is the part of Canadian Shield. It is known for its metals. कहाँ पे है? ये जो थोड़ा डार्कर ग्रीन कलर है, this is where your Canadian Shield lies. ये है आपका Canadian Shield, this part. ठीक है? Laurentian Plateau or the Canadian Shield. Then we have Mexican Plateau. ये भी एक इंटरमॉन्टेन प्लाट्यू है, फोल्डिंग की वजह से क्रिएट हुआ है, इंटरमॉन्टेन प्लाट्यू है जो ओरिएंटल सियरा माद्रे ओसिडेंटल के बीच में हमारा एग्जिस्ट करता है, द मैक्सिकन प्लाट्यू, ऑफ कोर्स completely within the country of Mexico. Then some of the important plateaus of Central America. Central America देखा जाए तो बहुत छोटा एरिया है compared to the rest of North America. So we have first the Chotis Plateau. Chotis Plateau जो है यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक है. It goes through Guatemala, Honduras and El Salvador. Then we have the Guatemala Highlands. This is Guatemala Highlands, the extension of Sierra Madre del Sur. Then the Comayuga Plateau, which is completely in Honduras. We have the Central Plateau, also known as Meseta Central. Meseta Central, it is over here in Costa Rica. And in Panama, we have the Boquete Plateau. This is Boquete Plateau. This is Panama City, and here, like this, is your Panama Canal, connecting the Pacific Ocean with the Caribbean Sea. We'll study about it in the next session, so don't worry. Then Central America की जो countries हैं, कौन कौन सी countries exist करती हैं Central America की में, उनका नाम कैसे याद हो? So there are these countries, 7 countries which are situated in Central America. What are the 7 countries? North to south अगर हम देखें, first we have Belize, then we have Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador. El Salvador अगर आप देखो तो it is western compared to Honduras, but it is also southern compared to Honduras. Then here we have Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Earlier, Panama was a part of Costa Rica, but USA ने coup कराया and Panama became an independent country. How to remember these countries north to south? Mnemonic. Big guy Honduras never eats cheese pizzas. Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, cheese pizza, Costa Rica, Panama. ठीक है? North to south आप remember कर लोगे. अब ये El Salvador, this is El Salvador, it is very much in the western side compared to both Nicaragua and Honduras, but compared to these countries it is southern. यहाँ से Nicaragua यहाँ पे start हो जाता है, which is southern, which is northern compared to El Salvador. Next, some of the important rivers of North America. Of course, Mississippi, Missouri तो होगा ही. Some of the biggest rivers of the world. Missouri is the longest river of North America. Mississippi, again, one of the biggest river systems in the world. So Mississippi River जो है, it starts in Lake Itasca and it ends in Gulf of Mexico. जो ending point है वो ज़्यादा important है starting point से. Ending point कहाँ है? Gulf of Mexico. Next we have the Missouri River. It starts again in USA and it ends in Mississippi. So Missouri River is basically a tributary of the Mississippi River. Next we have the Rio Grande River. Rio Grande River, it makes up a part of the border between USA and Mexico. So it starts in USA, it enters into Mexico and then it comes back into USA, है ना? US में start होता है, border बनाता है US और Mexico का, and then it comes back into USA and it drains into Gulf of Mexico. So two big rivers, one is Mississippi, other is this Rio Grande River, both are draining into Gulf of Mexico. Then we have the St. Lawrence River. St. Lawrence River, it starts from Lake Ontario, one of the 5 Great Lakes of North America. Starts in Lake Ontario and it ends in the Atlantic Ocean. Now this St. Lawrence River is very important for the inland waterways of North America. The central parts of North America, that means the central parts of USA and Canada, they were able to develop themselves thanks to this route, thanks to the St. Lawrence River and the Great Lakes route that connected the regions around the Great Lakes with Atlantic Ocean route. I'll come to that. I'll tell you. Abhi map pe main aati hu. I'll tell you. Okay. So this is Missouri River. It enters into Mississippi. Mississippi, it enters into Gulf of Mexico. The Rio Grande River, this part, it makes up this part of the border between US and Mexico and then drains into again Gulf of Mexico. Then we have next river, that is St. Lawrence River here. This is the St. Lawrence River. If you see here, this is Lake Ontario. Now listen to me carefully. Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and then the St. Lawrence River. So the products they enter into ships through the docks along the Lake Superior. Then they move into Huron, move into Erie, Ontario, then through St. Lawrence River, they enter into, via the Gulf of St. Lawrence, they enter into the Atlantic Ocean region. And similarly, the goods coming from Atlantic, they can be transported cheaply. Water transport is the cheapest means of transport. They can be transported cheaply to these parts of US and Canada. And that has led to the development of these regions, presence of industrial regions over here as well. Detroit city सुना होगा, अब तो ghost town बन गया है. But यहाँ पे, thanks to this route, there was presence of industrial activity. Next, we have the Colorado River. Colorado River, it makes up the Grand Canyon. It starts in the Rockies and ends in the Gulf of California. It goes through both USA and Mexico. Next, we have the Columbia River. Starts in Columbia Lake in Canada, goes through Canada, then USA, and finally ends in the Pacific Ocean. After that, we have the Yukon River completely in Canada and USA again. So USA में the Alaskan state. It starts in British Columbia, Llewellyn Glacier, and it ends in the Bering Sea. Then we have the Mackenzie River. It starts and ends in Canada completely. It starts along the Great Slave Lake, starts from there, and it ends in the Arctic Ocean. So if you take a look, we have the Colorado, Columbia, Yukon, and Mackenzie. Yukon, here is your Yukon River, ends in Bering Strait. Mackenzie River starts from the Great Slave Lake and enters into Beaufort Sea, which is a part of the Arctic Ocean. Then you have the Colorado River, starts from here and it ends in Gulf of California. Now this particular part of North America is known as Baja. Baja in Spanish means small, California. So it enters in Gulf of California. Baja California is the part of Mexico. Then we have the Columbia River. This is your Columbia River. The Snake River, which goes through the Columbian Plateau, it is a tributary of the Columbia River. The Fraser River, it starts and ends in Canada, ends in state of Georgia. Hudson River, Soho, south of Hudson. Soho area बड़ा famous है, right? New York का part है. Okay. So Hudson River, New York City, it lies on the banks of the Hudson River. Then we have Sacramento River. It is also completely in USA. It ends in Suisun Bay in San Francisco Bay. Here, this one ends in New York Harbor in Atlantic Ocean. Let's take a look at Fraser, Hudson, and Sacramento. This small river is Sacramento River. Over here, we have another small river here. This is the Hudson River, very small river. And we have the Fraser River. This is Fraser River. Okay. There are many other rivers, but we need to focus on some of the important ones, and that's why I've mentioned these. Then in the, in Mexico as well as in Central America, we have Usumacinta River, which goes through Mexico as well as Guatemala and forms a part of the border between the countries. It starts in Sierra del Lacandon in Guatemala and ends in Gulf of Mexico. Then we have the San Juan River between Nicaragua and Costa Rica. It ends in Caribbean Sea, starts from the biggest lake of Central America, that is Lake Nicaragua. After that, we have the Coco River between Nicaragua and Honduras, which again ends in the Caribbean Sea. Let's take a look at Usumacinta, San Juan, and the Coco rivers. This is the Usumacinta River, making up a border between Guatemala and Mexico. The Coco River makes up border between Honduras as well as Nicaragua. And we have the San Juan River, which starts from here and ends into Caribbean Sea, making up the border between Nicaragua and Costa Rica. There are more rivers, but these are the big important ones. Next, the important lakes of the region. First, of course, we'll have the Great Lakes. In the Great Lakes region of North America, we have 5 important lakes. We have Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Michigan, Erie, and Ontario. So you'll see that amongst the location column, all the lakes except Lake Michigan, they are forming the border between USA and Canada. So the border between USA and Canada is created by the 49° north latitude plus the Great Lakes. So except Lake Michigan, rest of the 4 Great Lakes, they are helping in making up the border between USA and Canada. These are all freshwater lakes. All of them are freshwater lakes. And Lake Ontario is the lake through which the St. Lawrence River it starts, and it connects the Atlantic Ocean as well as Lake Ontario. Now this Lake Erie, there is some problem associated with Lake Erie, and this lake frequently experiences presence of dead zones and algal blooming. Amongst these lakes, the biggest lake is the Lake Superior. See, uske naam mein hi hai Superior. Bigger ego than the rest, right? So Lake Superior is bigger than the rest of the lakes. The biggest lake of the Great Lakes region. You can take a look over here. This is Lake Superior. Then Lake Michigan. It is not making up the border between Canada and USA. The only lake of the Great Lakes region which is not at the border region, and it lies completely within USA. Then here we have Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. Lake Michigan, it is not a part of the border. Also यहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा inland navigation यहाँ पे नहीं होता, ठीक है? It's mostly in Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and then outside via the St. Lawrence River. इसको याद करने के लिए homes, Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. Okay. Then we have many glacial lakes as well in Canadian side. We have the Great Bear Lake, the Great Slave Lake. Both these lakes in the northern part of Canada, Great Bear, Great Slave. This is Great Bear, this is Great Slave. Then we have Lake Winnipeg, which is one of the biggest freshwater lakes of Canada. You can see over here Lake Winnipeg. Again, near the border, Lake Winnipeg, and this is Lake Manitoba. This is Lake Winnipeg, Lake Manitoba. Lake Manitoba not that important, with Winnipeg more important. Then the Great Salt Lake. Great Salt Lake is the third most saline lake of the world. Can you tell me the most saline lake of the world? Let me know in the comments. Second पे most saline है Dead Sea. First आप बताओ. Second is Dead Sea. Third we have the Great Salt Lake, which is located in the United States in the state of Utah. It is an endorheic lake. इसके outlets नहीं है. Evaporation से पूरा पानी remove होता है, and that's why इसकी constantly salinity is increasing. Then we have Lake Nicaragua. इसकी हमने बात की थी. Lake Nicaragua जो है, it is the most saline. San Juan River यहाँ से निकलती है, हमने अभी देखा था. It is the biggest lake, not most saline. It is the biggest lake in Central America, and it is a fresh water lake. यहाँ पे आसपास volcanic activity भी होती है, इसकी वजह से again ये lake create हुआ है. So that's it for this particular session. It ran a little bit long because I tried to provide you some, static information, some conceptual information from geography apart from the mapping information. So I hope you like this session. इसका आपको PDF चाहिए. It is available in the pinned comments. आप वहाँ पे जाके check कर सकते हैं. Okay. So thank you so much. I'm Pallavi Saxena. Thank you so much for attending the session. Take care.